Hi everyone, we are here today at Wintech Innovation Factory, and we are going to be discussing this product or system, as we call it, architectural system, Winblok, the total window system. It's an amazing window system that's in our South African market, and it's pretty unique to South Africa. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Is that it was invented 35 years ago now, around there, and it was invented here in a small town in South Africa called East London, or more affectionately known as Emonti. So let me tell you, what is Winblok exactly? What is this unique window system that is sold in South Africa? And let me just say this, that Winblok, first of all, it's a modular system. It's made in certain modules. This is the 600 by 600 module that is designed like that. It is a complete window system that is supplied essentially with a precast concrete frame in various sizes, from squares, rectangles, round, triangle, and even what we call a quadrant size, together with various aluminium window infills that we call Winvent. Okay, so Winvent has a number of types of windows. This is the aluminium Winvent top hung window that we'll be chatting about later. Okay, so the benefits of using this unique system is, number one, for me, it's just such a practical system. It's just so easy to build with. The frames come to site, get delivered or collected, and essentially the builder has to build it onto his brickwork or his blockwork like he would a standard brick, using mortar, standard dugger as it's called, onto the brickwork or blockwork. So it's such an easy system. You would put a level and a square on here just to make sure the window's standing straight and upright, and then he keeps building. The first fundamental difference about the Winblok window system is that essentially it is its own lintel. This is a structural member, and it can carry its own load as well as a load above it. So there are no lintels that are required in a Winblok in a standard application. In actual fact, some projects that have stacked Winblok one on top of the other up to 18 blocks in a vertical height, so continuous. It's part of the structure of the structural integrity of the building, and that's why it's so unique. There's no other window system on the market that actually has that structural integrity. The second thing is that it is its own sill. There's the sill part of the Winblok. Essentially, no more need to plaster sills or build in a sill onto the brickwork. It is all integrated into the frame of the Winblok window system, as well as what we call the reveals on either side. This Winblok, why it's so unique, it's all done for you. It's already done in the factory. There's your reveal, there's your sill, there's your lintel, and when you're ready to close up your building, the aluminium Winvent is siliconed into position. So that is one of the benefits of the Winblok window system. Just so easy to use, so quick to install, so easy to build with, as well as it being a structural member in the actual building. A massive benefit of using Winblok in your building is the fact that while the building is getting built and there are plasterers, builders on site, and it's a pretty rough environment, the frames are being built into the walls in the specific positions that they should be, whether they on the north facade and the rebate is on the inside of the building, or on the cold south facade and the rebate is on the outside of the building. It can go either way. But the benefit is that no aluminium work needs to be installed, okay, until the building is ready to be closed up and painted, cleaned up, and the interior ready to go. As you know, in a standard conventional aluminium window, is they would put an aluminium window into a gap in the building, and it would have plastic on either side. and then the builders would come and plaster around that aluminium and potentially damage that aluminium and cause a problem on site. So the beauty of Winblok is that the aluminium is installed at a later stage when it's ready to be closed up and the painters are around. So you just install it. And I'll just quickly say that we supply the correct silicon, which is a hybrid sealant. We call it SPM 40SG, and essentially that is gunned on around the rebate, and the aluminium Winvent is then pushed into position, and that's it, and cleaned off, and that's done. So it's quick, it's easy to use, and you can never get the window wrong, because essentially the frame keeps it in place and it's all there, so it's easy to go. One of the other great benefits of the Winblok window system is the solar benefits of this system. It is the only window system that is on the market that has a built-in solar efficiency in the product itself. So essentially this is what we call the rebate of the Winblok. That is the side that would receive the glazing aspect of the window. So Winblok is reversible. In other words, you can turn this around and it will still work. This is, if you can build it with the rebate facing the inside face of the building, where your handle would be like that on the product, and then you would push that into the cavity of the Winblok as such, okay? And then you can obviously, if this was reversed and that was outside, if this was turned around, then the window would still work and you'd fit it like that. Okay, so that's just the reverse application. We came up with a way to do that on our extrusion. Essentially, in our extrusion, we use what's called a central flange, and that allows us to reverse the window both ways, which we felt was just gave the product and the system a little bit more versatility. It can be used both ways, and it just helps the client or the architect do what they want to do in the building. The other thing about Winblok is the Winvent that we manufacture. So Winvent is essentially, it's one extrusion that we cut, and it can be used as both the frame and the sash in the product, okay, to allow for the frame and the sash in the product. Also, it is a very lightweight aluminium. Because we don't need structure in the aluminium, all the structure is in the concrete frame itself. So it's a very lightweight system. It allows for maximum light exposure to come into the building. If we had to do this with a off-the-shelf, what we term a pirate aluminium product, is it would literally cut out about 50% of light into this building. And that is the strong reason why we sell Winblok as a total window system. With Winblok, with aluminium Winvent infills. We don't sell it separated, because we don't want pirates to start fitting their aluminium into our frames. So essentially that's our aluminium Winvent and the reversibility of it. The other factor that we're going to look at is the solar aspect. And as you know, in today's buildings, where so much emphasis is placed on energy efficiency and shadowing of glass, Winblok is so unique in this way, in that it has a solar shading aspect on the block already built in. So I'm going to just do a little example here. I've got my headlamp, and we're going to take it to maximum, and we're going to show you what it would look like. So essentially in summertime, where the sun is vertical high over vertical over the building on the north facade, you would get your sunlight not contacting the glass as such, okay, but allowing for a great deal of bounce light to come in. Whereas in the winter, as the sun drops down, the sun angle would drop down, you would have beautiful light or sunlight penetrating into the building, warming up the building, and that's exactly what you want. So we do have this amazing sun screen as such built into the system that is just such a unique part of Winblok. The other unique aspect of that is that all of a sudden you have a lot of shading on the glass, which means you don't need such high spec glass for the system. So we can get away with lower spec glass, cheaper glass, because it's already shaded and that glass isn't getting hot to the touch. It's also what we call a light shelf. So the sun bouncing a lot of light into the building, creating a beautiful light interior in your building. That is such a great, unique aspect of Winblok, and why so many people just love to use it. So those are some of the benefits of using Winblok, and just why this product is so unique on the South African market. It's like no other window system around. There is no other window system that is like this, and we're just proud to have this in our on one of our architectural systems. And it's great that it can be used from high-end homes, residential homes, to factory properties, to commercial, to specialized applications all over South and Southern Africa. So yeah, just very, very pleased to have that, and trust that in your next building project you will look into Winblok, using it, and seeing the benefits of it.